Well, hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Well, as you can see, the zucchini and a couple of the squash plants are just taking over that 4x8 bed. I know I planted it thick, but that's okay. If I have to cut some limbs back or whatever, then I will to be able to manage it, but I didn't expect everything but one plant to pop up. So I guess that's good. The deal, most of it didn't come up, but a little bit of it did. I transplanted that potato plant. It's doing okay. It's just not big yet. Carrots, I think, in this one and this one, these two. And I ended up putting, I ended up putting 3 tomato plants in this bed because nothing grew. Radishes seem to be doing okay. It's just most of them didn't come up. Watermelon is starting to pop out with some vines, so it's gonna, in the next week or two, it should fill this entire bed with 4 plants in there. Next year I probably won't plant but 2 plants, but it's all right, I'm learning. As you can see, the potato plants are doing extremely well. I'm not going to hill them up again. I've already done that several times. So those tomato plants are finally starting to perk up and grow a little bit. Corn is doing well. Still no onions. I'll probably end up planting something else in there. The tomato plants, I did move them from back here. That was just getting too crowded around all the potatoes and all. So I went and got some cages and put cages on all of them. Now they may be multiple plants in one cage, but that bed I put 2 cages on it because they were far enough apart. Only put one over there. I can always weave it up through it. I put one on that potato plant before I even realized that's what I was doing, so I just left it there. All these tomatoes here got a cage on them. Maybe that'll help them from falling over quite so much. And as I told y'all, the Kentucky blue green beans are starting to put out runners, so I went ahead and put a tomato cage on it and wrapped that runner around. And there's one here, and this one here's got one that's starting to run, and so is this one. So 4 of the 6 are starting to put off runners, so I went ahead and put tomato cages on them to give them something to run on. Cabbage is starting to perk up a little bit. That one's actually starting to grow a little more too. And then of course I've got, I'm pretty sure it was a plum and 2 apple that I planted here, but I'm not 100%. And I've got a peach seed in the house that I want to plant. I've only got 1 pot that doesn't have anything in it. I think it's that one up there. These down here I planted apples in, so we'll see if they come up. They literally got flooded with all that rain. But the garden seems to be doing pretty good. I'm pleased with it. I don't have a weed issue right now, which I'm thrilled about, because at this point in time, if I'd have planted in the garden area, even if I bottom plowed it and harrowed it and did all that stuff, I'd have still had weeds popping up, and it would have been more than I could do by myself. Now these beds, since there's no weed seeds in the soil that I put in there, I don't have a weed problem yet. And I don't plan on leaving these open to the air when I'm not using them. I plan on getting some of my old tarps out and cover these beds up to help keep the weed pressure down, and of course add more soil every year, or especially from my compost, and there'll be weeds in that of course. But I'm pleased with it. It's doing really well. I've still got 3.5 bags of the garden soil left that I could use. So there's a little bit more I could do. Right now, I think it's time to just leave it alone. I was a little bit late with the tomato cages, but leave it alone and let it do its thing and see how I do. So let's go check on the chickens. All right, I have not stopped since I got home from work. The guy that lives about 5 miles from me that works with us, his vehicle's messed up, so I've been taking him home after work. Makes me get home an extra 15 minutes later, but that ain't no big deal. I don't mind helping somebody when they need it. I might need it one day. But as y'all can see, and I talked about in the last video, I've got Sue and that one very tame, docile barnyard mix hen in there with the black sex lynx that's setting and the 2 turkeys. And then in here with Junior, I've got all the Easter eggers, which is 5, and then 3 more of the barnyard mix hens that I incubated and raised. Very fortunate those 3 turn out to be hens. But over here, I moved the white rooster over here. All the black sex lynx except the one that's setting, and all the Rhode Island Reds are in this bigger run area, the fruit orchard side, with him, and that's 20 hens with him. So that leaves 8 in here with Junior, 2, 1 setting and 1 not in with Sue, and 20 and 8 is 28 plus 2 is 30. So I've got 30 hens and 3 roosters. And of course the hen count could change. Rooster count, you know, it's part of having livestock. You lose some and gain some and so on. But I'm hoping that hen is successful. She's pretty much stayed on that right side now that I've moved all those other hens from her. So I haven't collected the eggs yet, and it's not long before dark. We got about 45 minutes probably, but she's still sitting on those eggs. So I'm going to go in there and see if that little barnyard mix laid an egg today, and if so, I'm going to try to get it if it's on the other nest. If not, if it's mixed in with the ones that she's sitting on, I need to take a pencil and go ahead and mark those eggs. And she's not happy when I move her, but she lets me. So, but all the other eggs that will be laid will be collected, and the absolute mud from the 3 3/4 inches of rain is starting to dry up a little bit, firm up, so they're not, hopefully the eggs won't be as dirty today as they've been being the last couple of days. Because when the hens' feet get muddy, the eggs get dirty. And I don't normally wash my eggs because I sell them as fresh unwashed. But if I have to wash them, I usually put them in a container and either give them to my sister or put them in my fridge for me to use. But they all seem to be doing well. I'm fixing to go get my basket. See if y'all can see. They're flying today. I had 5 fly over about 20-30 minutes ago, and they're going back toward the field where they come from now. Several of them have done went back by, but those things are flying today, and I don't mind them flying. I really don't. They haven't flown directly over me. They flew directly over my next neighbor, which is 500 yards down. But, you know, later in the evening, they don't fly at night, but later in the evening when you're trying to just relax and your chores are done and, you know, maybe you're sitting in the swing or whatever, and they 15 of those things flying over, all you hear is them motors humming for a couple hours. So it's just a little bit noise, but you know, you can tolerate it. They're not causing any harm and they're enjoying themselves. And I was telling my boss about it, and he's like, them things are dangerous. I'm like, yep, I don't plan on getting in one of them. But either way, I wanted to do a quick update. We have had very, very little sunshine since I put the camera system up, which has been a little over 3 full days. And it's been 4 days since they were fully charged. And I had several cameras that were getting very weak today, even though the solar panels were plugged into them. I had a couple of them shut down on me last night. As soon as the daylight hit, they came back on. They run off the solar panel and they'll slowly charge them batteries back up. But I just went out and got some extension cords and went ahead and ran a cord to this one and the one down on the fuel and chicken pens back in the back, so that those would have a full charge, because we've got another 3 or 4 days worth of mostly cloudy. So I also moved this camera from the other corner of the building to this corner and moved the solar panel to this side, so it'll get a lot more sun. It'll probably get an extra hours of sunlight in a day and better aim at it. But I've got the one on the front of the house plugged in and charging. I've got the one on the side here where I park plugged in and charging. So I got 4 of them charging off electricity, because we've ran, they haven't been charged, fully charged in 4 days. So we'll just have to see how that works. But I spent an hour or hour and a half doing that when I got home, and then I got out there and worked in the raised bed gardening, moved those tomato plants around and went and got the cages, some of them out, and got those put in. And now I'm fixing to go collect the eggs, and hopefully that'll be my day for the day. No more chores. So well, I got a few inside to do. That's part of life. But either way, guys, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, following along with my journey on this, trying to be as self-sufficient as possible on this homestead. And I know I haven't done an off-grid solar power video in quite a while, and honestly nothing's changed. I'm still running on my off-grid. I still need more batteries, I need more solar, all that good stuff, but it's working. I got my power bill yesterday, and of course in spring and fall it's the lowest it's going to be. Last month I think it was just a little under $70, and the one that came in yesterday was like $83 or something. So it's not bad, and considering I do keep this barn climatized, it has heat and air that stays on year round, because I've got food stored in there that I don't want to get hot or cold. And I keep at least one of the air conditioners in the house on when it's warm. They're on thermostat, so they come on and off. But either way, I do leave them on, so they come on if the house gets too warm, and that way I don't come home to a hot house. And hey, $80-something power bill is not bad. Now, some of y'all will go, crap, you'd love it, but it's not. I've got a small house, but my off-grid is doing a large part of my power needs. I just need to spend a few more $1,000s and finish that thing, so I won't have electricity bill at all. That's the goal anyway, but I have to do that another time. I appreciate y'all watching. Remember what I've always told you: Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe, be prepared.